Okay, so which one is it? Was Osama armed or not? Did he use his wife as a shield or not? Was she killed in the raid or not? Was she shot in the leg or not? Did Obama and his cronies see the killing as it happened or not? I mean, you know, they don't even have this story together. It's a bunch of dumb imbeciles. You know, I can't even watch the news anymore. I just happened to turn on the Fox News, and, you know, speaking of Fox, that makes me want to barf. You know, I found this little gem that's been on YouTube since 2007. It's one where Rupert Murdoch is admitting that he only became a naturalized citizen so that he can own American news stations or TV stations. He also admits in this video that he tries to shape public opinion through his journalism. And if you really think that's bad, how about the fact that this guy named Prince Alaweed bin Talal, he's the second largest shareholder of News Corp, which of course owns Fox News, which of course is owned by Rupert Murdoch, right? And this bin Talal guy, he's also funding Park 51 or the 9/11 mosque, all right? Remember that douchebag FEISAL'S RAUF? Well, his book, What's Right with Islam, was published by Harper San Francisco, which is owned by who? None other than Rupert Murdoch. He bought HarperCollins in 1969. So, you know, here we have this guy, Rupert Murdoch, who admits that he only became a naturalized citizen so that he can own American TV stations, which, I mean, you know, it's not bad. I mean, if you know, the guy got the money and he wants to get richer, I mean, what's wrong with that? But the fact is that he admits that he tries to shape public opinion on the Iraq War, especially through his journalism. Okay, so who does that include? That includes Bill O'Reilly with his condescending, I hate that man. He's a schmuck. So is Glenn Beck. And I got something to tell you about Glenn Beck, as well as Geraldo. All of the news anchors, all of these guys that are getting rich off of you, telling you to go to their private website where you got to pay however much money for a subscription fee, and you'll get to see all of the inside stuff and never before seen all this blah blah. Buy their book, they'll send you these bags and all this other crap. They're still getting rich off of us while they're giving us half news. You know, they're spinning it. Bill O'Reilly talks about the spin stops here. No, it doesn't. Because if this guy, this Saudi prince, Alaweed, owns 2%, or rather he's the second largest shareholder of News Corp, and you got Rupert Murdoch using his publishing company to publish all kind of Islamic and Muslim ideologies, and where they had fatwas in there, you know, in the back of this man's book, FEISAL'S RAUF, the same one who talks about that you can't approach, you know, the congressman in the United States government the way a typical Muslim would. He said you have to court them the way you would a girl. He said that's how I gained the trust of all of the congressmen and everybody that I got in my back pocket, in so many words, you know. And you know, this guy, I mean, I want to get on Glenn Beck. About 2 weeks ago, I happened to caught the last 10 minutes of his show, and there was a young man on there that asked him about provisions in the Constitution that will protect us from the blatant violations of the sitting president. He said, you know, I want to make sure of this for our own self-preservation. So here, Glenn, I'm going to tell you exactly what he says. He says, well, yeah, there are tons of them, but I don't think they have crossed, I don't think you'd have to have blatant crossings. So then this guy from the National Review, who was sitting in the audience, he says, and I paraphrase, we haven't lived under the real Constitution for years, but it would be an interesting experiment to see what would happen if they tried to reinstitute it. So, I mean, there's people out there, like I said, that know that we're not living under the organic Constitution, as I told you in my video yesterday. Here's somebody from the National Review admitting this. And so then Glenn says, yeah, but I think that leads to real troubles and would throw the country into a civil war. Are you kidding me? For the last 18 months, 2 years, the only thing Glenn has talked about is the blatant violations of the Constitution by the Obama administration. They got to do this. We need them to do that. They're not constitutionally this and blah, blah, blah. Now all of a sudden he's saying that they haven't made any blatant crossings. And this comes out, what? This was like about a week or two before the birth certificate comes out and before Osama, or Usama as they're saying now, because they don't want you to to connect Osama and Obama as being Muslim. So now it's Osama bin Laden, okay? The mind games, here we go. You know, all Glenn had to do was tell a man about the truth, that we're not under the organic constitution. He looked like he wanted to throw up when the guy from the National Review said that we're not even living under the organic constitution. I mean, who the hell can we trust? Fox News, we thought was supposed to be, you know, a fair and balanced news station that, you know, is a little conservative, so they wanted us to think. And here all along, they're no worse than the damn mainstream media, than the leftists. I expect the lefties to lie and conceal and deceive. I mean, that's all they ever do. That's all they're ever known for. They're a bunch of queefs. You know, I don't even know why we have them around, but, you know, I guess they're there because there's still a lot of ignorant people, and I used to call them stupid and fools, but, you know, cognitive dissonance has allowed me to understand that people only want to believe what they're used to hearing and what they've been taught to believe. They don't want to hear this other stuff, so they can't conceive it, and you can't hold those people responsible. You know, I mean, that's how they were made. And it was Mark Twain that said that in the beginning of a change, the patriot is a scarce man, brave, hated, and scorned. When his cause succeeds, however, the timid join him, for then it costs nothing to be a patriot. I don't know where you stand, but I don't care about them talking about me and saying that I'm a this and I'm a that. I've done my research, okay? And the knowledge that I have, it will offset anything that these guys try to come at me with. I've seen it all. I'm going to leave you the link to that. I'm also going to leave you the link to where Bill O'Reilly flipped out, because he's just a condescending prick is what he is. You know, I grew weary of Glenn Beck last year when all he did was beat off to the fact that how many hundreds of thousands of people showed up to his rally. That's all I heard for 2 weeks. That's when I stopped watching him. That was about, what, last August or September? After that, I no wanted to see this guy, you know. You can't trust anybody. The only one that you can really trust are these underground guys. You know, before it's news and death by 1,000 paper cuts. You know, these guys that are underground, they're going to report the truth. And if you really want to know the truth about what's going on in America, then you need to go outside of America to the other BBC and to the Australian news and all these guys. They're the ones who tell you the truth, not only about what's really going on, but also about our history. Because our history has been totally fabricated. Peace.